Go. You know you're going to add that later.
This is how we start shows, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how much you can actually pick up, but that's the intro playing, and I'm sure I'm going to handle the files over to Panda to make it sound really great right now. That's how you fade out.
Yeah,
like
you still don't know how to fade out, do you?
I'm using a mouse. I used to real equipment. Curly's never done just a tape.
All right.
I don't do this.
Welcome to DKGWELP, the Drunk Kids Gaming Podcast. I am your host, King Kaz. I am joined, as I always am, by my good friend and co-host, and this is going to sound a little different to you because we are live.
Live in a hotel room in fucking Vegas.
In Las Vegas, Nevada, Vegas. Brought to you by the Plaza Suite and Hotels and Casino. They are not sponsoring this. Don't tell them we sponsored this.
brought to you by MeUndies. Brought to you by Quip toothbrushes.
We're never going to get a sponsor ever.
Oh, God. We were talking about, like, we got to get on that new pot sponsorship train that everyone's hyping on.
You know I love all the social media things, so I follow all the social media things. So somebody tweeted at me like, oh, hey, you just sign up for this easy access service, and they just give you all the ad reads. And I was like, oh, really? And I'm like, and these are all the things I bring to you, like a legitimate meeting. Hey, so first quarter, we can add this service to our podcast. And you're like, the fuck is this joke-ass shit?
Well, hold on.
What Jeff Bezos fucking side dick is this?
I know that the theme that Kaz is going for already is because how we've been talking in this hotel already. It's going to be clamber all over Curly and make fun of him for not knowing and doing all the right things he's supposed to do for the show, and I appreciate that. Well, let's wait till after the intro.
All right.
Before you start yelling at me.
Let's finish the intro.
If you've seen it on me and Kaz's faces for probably the last 3 months, the stress of building up to this event. So if you're wondering or confused at why we're coming from Vegas, you haven't been tuning in. But yeah this is our podcast from Vegas.
It is.
DKG.
And because it's from Vegas, and because it's special to me, because it's special to you, and this will be special to Bryce, too, because he's yelled at me enough times. And I think he tried to physically assault me once, but I'm not going to talk about that. We have Justin R. Young on the podcast.
Hi. It's me, everybody. Curly. Kaz.
It's happened.
What the fuck is going on? This is great.
For those in the know, we've been building up to this. This is what are we 117 episodes deep at this point?
Yeah.
This should have been episode 1 of DKGWELP. This is the whole reason we're doing the show.
I mean, like, we've been boys, all of us. I mean, we were hanging out for, goddamn
years.
Pushing a decade, right? Like, yeah.
I think what's crazy is we have my friend Sarah here. We have so many friends here. I got to meet Bob Callie for the first time, who it was crazy.
Is the first time you met Bob Callie?
So I wanted to bring this up to you. I don't think I talked about this with you, but like Bob Callie is a special heart in my soul. Like he's when I was originally, this is 8 years ago because Facebook just told me today, like that I was just a cursory, like I loved NSFW. I loved the BB Live show before then. And I never really got into the chat community. I would say stuff in chat or whatever, but I was just like, these guys are funny. I'm watching a show. Bob Callie and iPod Parf, if people remember that far back.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
iPod Parf, I think now is 45 and he's like an astronaut or something.
God bless him. Thank him for his service, everybody.
But these two kids are the ones that got me like hanging out on, I think, God, we were using Uvu or Sky, like before Sky.
Jesus Christ.
We were using Tiny Chat to do
No. But we were using Uvu to stream. Like that was our streaming platform.
It was an option. But they got me into doing Minecraft and being with the community, and this is the culmination from that, and getting to know you guys and getting to know more.
It all came from like me and you meeting, watching Brian and Justin do their thing, and then the constant of T2 like helping us build things out, and then at some point just was like, why don't you guys just do shit together and make it easier for me as a human rather than trying to bolster these two rocks up a hill at the same time. If it was one rock, I'd be a lot more into it.
There is definitely the untold story of the internet age that we live in, specifically in terms of entertainment, is that there are like 7 T2T2s
Yeah.
that have made all of this possible. Because at some point they've like liked some random small community shit like on the internet, and then they were like, well, why are you guys idiots? Like, just stream it to these 4 other things, and I'm gonna build this tool for you, and you're just gonna hit a play button, and you'll just be able to talk because I know that you guys are good, and I want the best for you, and I want more people to experience what I'm experiencing. Like, I swear to God, there is probably less than a baker's dozen of those people that have created all podcasting, all online entertainment.
I'll tell you this. Coming from my IT world, my actual real job stuff, I know in San Diego there are like 4 technicians I can trust that do jobs in very different industries, but they're tech oriented. And if I ever have like a job where I'm overwhelmed and I can't figure stuff out, I can call these dudes on speed dial. Like, haven't talked in years, but they're like ninjas of the industry. And as you're talking about like people like T2T2, I can start naming a couple of those people that just make like magic shit happen out of thin air.
Yeah.
There's the Dan Dirkses, there's the Muffins, there's the T2T2s. Like, those people just.
I mean, you are talking about the highest peaks of my Valhalla. Like, this is the names you just mentioned are gods.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan Dirks is a fucking wizard. Sergeant Muffin was somebody that, at the time that we needed something like really to evolve, like he evolved it as far as anybody could. Like, you have no idea what kind of green in the gills look I get from other people when I say like, oh, like when they're like, oh, what are you guys streaming on? And it's like, well, first we were on a network. Oh, okay, cool. Like, I understand that network equals the magical network feed, and like they can afford to pay some like off the rack solution. Yeah. And then we're like, yeah, we left and we just like had our own. And they're like, the what? Yeah. I did not know that could happen. And by the way, I'm with them. Yeah. I don't know how that could happen. We were at the benefit of 2 people. Literally the head, or I don't know what the technical political thing is, but somebody who was very influential at video at Facebook, Colleen, who was like, oh, you're leaving? Good. Fuck them. Let me build you a thing to go.
God, Colleen's one of those names too, right there.
Colleen might be the OG.
Yeah, no.
In fact, like,
oh God.
when we walk into the temple that we are building, into this church, in the stained glass windows, there will be a stained glass window of T2T2, a stained glass window of Sergeant Muffin, a stained glass window of Dan Dirks, but quite possibly, I think it would be hard to dispute it, that the largest window, the one that you are looking directly into from the pews, is Colleen. Colleen is the mother that gives birth to it all.
Watching that kid walk into a room and it's just like, you guys needed what? Oh, okay. Well, I've got 12 rubber bands, some chewing gum, and nail polish remover, and it's like you just built an air conditioning duct that now streams to Skype, and it's like, it's insane what she's done.
Yeah, but for us, it was like we see those little moments that later on are those threads where like somebody said something to you and you're like, you're fucking stupid shit. And then like later you that's the platform you've built on, and you're like, well, yeah, of course this is great. Like us with Discord, right? Yeah. Because we kept everything in Skype. We're like, just add me on Skype. We'll be friends. We'll make a group. It'll be great.
We still are a little bit. We're a little bit of like the battered relationship that you're not sure if the grass is greener, you want to leave it. Yeah. We're like, well, just keep using Skype. It treats us well sometimes, you know.
And then somebody's like, I mean, you guys could probably build your whole community out on this Discord thing. We're like, Disco woo? Disco who? Get that shit. I don't this newfangled fucking teenage dirtbag bullshit.
Damn
fucking
weedest.
Now a year later, we're like, no, we plan our whole community out
strong,
on Discord.
Guys.
Discord is
I work with school districts, and I'm always like, they're like, we're trying to come up with a solution to like integrate video and chat and also like text, and I'm like, bitches, just use Discord. Like, just use Discord. I remember laughing really hard because when you, just what you were saying, Jerry, with switching to whatever Muffin built, his whole CDN thing, like, I remember hearing the plans, and at that time I had fully invested into Twitch because I'm like, there ain't no way. I tried serving my own video. I got 8 people in there as a test, and my computer went on fire. Yeah, and so like,
and that was a wrap.
Yeah. and everybody, or when your guys think like, oh, we're gonna roll our own. Muffin's got it, and I'm like, who the fuck is this Muffin? That's impossible. I was like, can't be done. No worries. And I looked over, and I'm like, there's like 3,000 people. watching this show right now. How is it? And Muffin's like, oh, I've got 3 different content delivery networks set up across America. I had to add one in Canada just in case. And I'm like, how is you doing this?
Yeah, and that was, I mean, that's the community that we are blessed to have.
Yeah.
Is the one that like can start with a Colleen and then transfer to a Muffin, because Muffin, what he did was add so many different channels and make sure that it was like more of a one site fits all community, that we built our own little mini Twitch, you know?
Yeah.
In a world where Twitch would not welcome us. And I don't know, I don't want to like go back into like, you know, old wounds or whatever, but like, cause I know it was painful for a lot of folks that like, that was hard to leave.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a decision that had to be made because the future of the show was with people that haven't heard it.
Yeah.
And it would be a shame for us to not have what is like what we know as like people at the center of it, and I'm sure you guys know, like the party's only as cool as the new people that are showing up.
Yeah.
Right? Like at a certain point, everybody can keep playing spin the bottle, but like eventually people get married because they like it so much, right?
There's
just a different vibe to it. So you need new blood. Like that's what keeps stuff exciting, and like that was to understand that we switched to Twitch not because they were a technical solution for us,
right?
But because they were a culture solution for us. Like that shows you how talented and amazing Colleen and Muffin were.
So I mean, the stuff they built was insane, and it was a feat beyond feats. But the reason why, because we messed around with that too. We went and joined up with much akin to what we're doing now, where we're on the stream team with Diamond Club affiliated kids and stuff that are around that are doing their own shows and whatnot. Yeah. We try to push each other up. Well, back in that time period, me and Muffin worked on having our show also rebroadcast to I think originally it was Brick Slap, and then it became the Diamond Club website and everything. And that was really cool because it was insane to see us on there, and especially with us because we were like up there and we were getting new followers from your guys' world. But as I mentioned before, because we've talked about when Twitch offered the affiliate ship and everything, I immediately got hit with that terms of service that was like, you can't double broadcast your show to other networks. That's the rule if you're going to make money through us.
Yeah.
Like, you got to pick the one and stick with it. And there was a time period, technically wise, and I talked to this to death, but when they did the whole change to HLS and made it so that the stream wasn't as one-to-one with Twitch, I was like, well, we're moving. And you know me, you know how hard I go when I go research mode. I went to every possible other freaking venue you could find. Vaughn TV. We went deep dark web.
We've also gotten good content from there of just oh, what is this guy spun up in his basement? All right, he's
the most popular guy on Vaughn TV who streams from his house basement party.
And then we were like, all right. And then we started watching this guy who's whittling wood in his fucking basement. But then the thing we latched onto was like, he only has left channel audio.
Jesus. Yeah, there was great content there, but the whole point of everything is like, I won't ever be the person that won't say Twitch doesn't have its flaws. It does, but the one consistent thing that has beaten them over anything else, and the reason I chose to keep my show still on Twitch, and I'm assuming it's working for you guys as well, is that idea is that whatever Twitch's magic algorithm is doing is I'm getting drive-bys. I'm getting more drive-bys than I get anywhere else, and unfortunately, even if I play to my own crowd, it is fun when we get new people. We've got people here today that I'm meeting them for the first time, and they hung out on our channel like 2 months ago. And they came to fucking Vegas to hang out with us. Like, it's so crazy.
And no other platform provides you that.
At all.
Like, there are a lot of different platforms that have a larger reach. Twitter's got a larger reach. Facebook's got a larger reach, by an order of magnitude. But they don't really give a fuck about you getting drive-bys that matter in categories that... or have a culture of people just watching those pages to say like, oh, I just want to see talk. I just want to see food. I just want to see Fortnite. I just want to see this, that, and the other, right?
What's crazy is I get a little deep
and
in
those
stats.
in descending order are the popularity of streams on Twitch.
When I get a little inebriated, sometimes it's late at night, I do dabble in the stats section of the dashboard.
Yeah.
And what's nuts, honestly, looking at like where your viewers or new followers have come from.
Yeah.
And I know some of the bigger, I know my orbitals in regards to like the bigger and then the bigger and then the biggest kind of streamers that are out there, and I know people that I'm like, wow, man, one day I'd like to get into that inner circle with that person because I think their whole shtick vibes with our community.
Yeah.
And I look at those follow numbers and where they came from, and it's recommendations that Twitch pulled from them without those streamers even knowing who we are. And it's like, if you're doing that, I'm staying in this platform for a while. Like, it's working out.
Because they do give a fuck. And I don't know if anybody else in that game at that level with that money gives a fuck. In fact, I'm going to say definitively, nobody else gives a shit.
This is actually breaking me. I keep trying to look at the chat, and I realize there's no fucking chat. I don't know. I've never done a podcast.
Focus in the moment. All right, so what else do y'all talk about on this goddamn show? Cops, all right.
The cops here. Shut it down. Everyone, we're not podcasting in here, I swear.
All right, we have some more people showing up.
All right, cool. The content just arrived.
Yeah, like I said, we're doing
go.
A live show in our hotel room in Vegas. So one of the other things we do talk about, we usually talk about current events.
We usually we're foregoing that. So if you're if you're coming in, this is your first episode. Welcome, you got a banger.
Do you want me to do the news? I can do the news.
You got news, yeah. You know what? Let's do our due diligence for the first time with a guest and just let's just pimp your shit. You know,
right?
You guys need an email blast of the most amazing political gifs you've ever seen in your entire life. Let's fucking go, boys. I giggle in bed every morning when I get an email from Jury.
Oh.
Get that plug.
You got a mic.
FreePoliticalNewsletter.com. I'm not talking about plugging though. I'm gonna be your news lady.
Okay.
You ready for the news?
Yeah.
Here we go.
We'll treat it like real news stories. Let's go. Hard hitting.
Over under on real or fake.
Oh shit, this probably isn't funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, okay. So headlines: semi-truck driver 20. I'm just gonna keep reading headlines. You tell me which one you want to talk about.
Yeah,
right?
so we'll do how I originally pitched this idea.
Okay.
Which was you read the headline and you try to figure out which one's gonna give you.
Is that what you originally tried for?
Kind of.
All right, so here we go. Alleged Russian agent Maria Butina sentenced to 18 months in prison on a conspiracy charge. Stay or play?
That's real news. That can't. This.
But do you want to talk about it?
Oh God, no.
Okay. How about a semi-truck driver, 23, arrested after 4 people are killed in a fiery crash involving 28 vehicles in Colorado?
You know what? We've had to make this decision. Kaz and I have met eyes mid-podcast before, and they're like, are we gonna lean into the tragedy lever, or are we gonna make it a joke?
Can we pull life?
Yeah, can we make this funny?
You know what? That joke was already too much. No.
Well, can we? So this is another always Kaz and Curly competing. One of my you had your style of news in Kaz and Curly news bag that you wanted to do. Mine has always been my plan was we pick news stories and try to one up each other on whose news story is cooler or funnier.
I think, and Justin can probably speak to this too, I think that's the problem with a 2-man podcast, is you go, I know I can make him laugh, but will everybody else laugh is the thing.
Let me pull back the curtain a bit in regards to how this happened. We're in Vegas. I drove here, so I didn't have to check a bag. I packed literally a studio in a bag. I had a 4-person microphone setup, laptop ready to go, OBS installed with all of the crap to make this podcast multimedia presentation. There was going to be lights synchronized and stuff. I've got, it was going to be nuts. That being said, laptop completely pooped the bed this morning. So
and you're getting much better content.
We got the better end of the stick. We got Jury over here. But the one
and you have this news story.
Here we go. Okay.
Why so many of us believe Taylor Swift is coming out.
Shit. All right, I'm down with the T-Swizzle.
You love T-Swizzle. I get this. This is fine.
100%.
All right, reading now from Buzz. I'm pulling. Yeah,
okay.
I'm calling my own number here.
Kaz gets what he wants.
All right, for years we read now from a BuzzFeed article written by Shannon Keating. For years. We'd gathered every clue. Kissgate, all those rainbows, swapped lyrics featuring female pronouns, lyrics that just seem really gay, the Cats, donations to LGBT causes, that performance with Haley Kiyoko, and today, April 26th, the day of Taylor Swift's long-awaited announcement is literally Lesbian Visibility Day. So Taylor Swift, many believe, is coming out today. Today is the 26th.
This is, we did it, boys. We cracked the case. I know everyone's been really worried a whole bunch of stuff about, the planet and life. But you know what? I'm glad we finally put a nail in the coffin on.
Okay, you're reaching wide. Bring it back around, right? This is for the.
Okay, what do you think about this T-Swiss fan?
The Instagram nation right here, right? Okay. You just had Coachella, T-Sway, all day.
New album at the least, right? Wait, hold on. Yeah, you're looking for podcast content, homie. You're not saving the fucking world. You're not writing your dissertation. We're trying to fill fucking time. Taylor Swift possibly coming out as gay at least gets you 10 minutes, even if you don't care.
Listen, this is a highbrow podcast. I try to keep the curation at least a little bit above.
This is not a highbrow podcast. I am trying to start the trend on Twitter that'll be like whatever the thing like bro, it's 2018, right? Like for last year, it's like, well, yeah, it's 2019.
Kaz just found out it's 2019.
I didn't know if you knew. I was just trying to.
No, so the bit for this year would be like, bro, it's 2019. I'm gay like T-Sway.
Can we go look at the
gay like T-Sway?
All right, you guys are technically in the chat right now. Can someone submit that as the title of the episode, please?
Yeah.
Gay like T-Sway. Let's bring in all that SEO.
2019, I'm gay like T-Sway.
Done.
I mean, you would have to admit that if she did come out, it would be it would be among the biggest news stories of the year. Whether or not you agree with it, whether or not you like it, it would be, right?
Yeah, ride that wave.
Ride that wave like acting like I'm trying to perpetrate it. I'm trying to agree on oxygen. I'm trying to agree on gravity. This is the world we live in, right?
Sure, absolutely.
So why are you blaming me for it?
Did any of this seem like I was blaming? I think I'm on this train. We're good. I'm here.
No, because the point of this is that we're talking about the subject, not about talking about the subject.
My whole bit is just trying to segue into my news story, which is completely
You have a news story.
Bigger bait than that, I guess.
Well, motherfucker, why didn't you say something?
I did, but
you just bought into the travesty that is this. Is Curly's going to try to save the world right now?
No.
We were making content.
I know.
This motherfucker's trying to save the universe.
Sorry. Fucking,
Also, I believe in you, Hunty, because it's 2019 and I'm gay like T-Sway.
This is his whole fucking.
Get woke, kill content.
Holy shit, that's the new D.
All right,
hold on. You just
store.dkgtv.com.
Two new DKG T-shirts, right there.
You can get those at the $10 Patreon.
No, the whole point was my joke is I always try to come up with a new story to one up, and I had like 5 minutes to start doing my normal prep. Both of you fuckers who are my spirit animals pulled me out of my panic. I need an hour and a half to set up this podcast, and just said let's fucking do it, which is why you're now getting this gloriousness in your ears. But the only one news story that I did actually find, I'll just preface this with. Did you ever think condoms just weren't efficient enough and you needed more condom in your life?
Yes. I went to public high school.
Because Amazon.
I'm just saying, I knew a lot. I knew a few chicks that had to take a long semester away to stay with their grandma. Like, that shit was like, the first time it happened, I'm like, man, people are really close with their families. The second time, I'm like, something might be going on.
Or you get the like, fuck, what happened to Stacy? She's helping me with my project.
Yeah.
So now we have full-on latex shorts.
Those kids are literally voting now. I'm very old.
Wait, which one?
The kids that were being had at my middle school.
I just noticed.
Shout out to Rogers Middle School.
I just pulled up a news story and I realized
Florida.
that my podcast has left me. So
oh yeah, you're doing a thing. I'm sorry.
I made a joke. It's done now.
What's
no one's laughing.
No.
Amazon selling full-on condom shorts now.
Condom shorts.
Look at this. I'll have Panda cut this into the actual show at the end.
I'm walking up here.
But if you ever needed this for the
men, sexy, transparent rubber latex shorts, briefs, underwear, condoms, safe sex pants, new. So this is it's
extremely generous for its section of holding.
Number one, yeah, like you've got a fucking hog if you are filling that one.
The whole
out.
time I'm hearing your T-Swizzle story, and I was talking about having a good news story, I was like, well, shit.
You are like, that is good for either having a really big dick or smuggling uranium bars out of a fucking.
The worst part is I immediately thought, well, you just fold that in half, right? Like, what are you doing?
No, you can bunch it up at the end.
Right.
Although I actually
think
big
reservoir.
So basically for those who are just listening on audio, it is like boxer briefs with a gigantic dick condom So I guess you would take off your underpants.
No, this picture I just noticed.
Yeah, with a very jaundiced hand under it.
That's all come from the latex they just handled.
Yeah.
That hand was clean before this photo take.
So you would take off your underpants and then put on this rubber boxer brief with a huge thing for your dick that I guess is condom material. And then you might have it be touched by the Yellow King from underneath your ween. Big mood on the butt portion of that.
My favorite thing is some of the there's only 4 bullet points here. Obviously 100% natural latex. Of course, why would you think of anything less? But definitely do not use Amazon size chart, which apparently have a reservoir level size chart on Amazon. Also, requires lube or powder to put on.
No, the amount of sweat coming out of that thing kills every version of sex.
I don't know enough about wearing latex on a daily, but it also says ships unwashed and unshined. And then it gives tips on how to shine your fucking suit. Okay?
Wait.
You have to polish this shit to give it the sheen that you get.
Oh, okay. So this is not
Oh,
like
here
a
we go. Jury's got
single-use
knowledge
condom.
on wearing latex.
This is not a single-use thing. This is like,
No.
you are owning
this.
this is a part of like a fetish thing.
This is your cast iron skillet of condoms. You gotta
Exactly.
season this shit.
You gotta season
Yeah.
it. You gotta fucking
You're like,
soak
"Did
it
you-
in olive
oh,
oil.
Shit, Martha, did you wash my condom pants? Damn it, I had years of built-up seasoning on that.
Yeah. And then you see it hanging out on the laundry line. And you're like, God damn it,
That's
Martha.
the color it starts, and then you end up with
Washing my
jaundice.
big dick fetish pants again.
We got zoom in. if
And
anyone needs it.
next time, pal, zap to the moon.
So we are going
I think
to
only me and you get that.
straight to the moon.
Straight to the moon. Oh, that's fuck.
Domestic violence.
Oh,
Domestic
gee,
violence.
see, this is what I have to deal with. Oh, wait, God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We're actually doing that shirt. That's Get Woke Kill content.
No, you won't.
No, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll put on a pog.
So,
pogs, they're back. Again.
Man, this is hard without bumpers. All right, that's been our news bag.
Let's go to the email section.
yeah, let's
Fuck
go to
it.
the
Who cares?
email
No one emails
section.
me.
Which we will make.
I don't know. Anybody have any email here?
You guys got any input, comments?
Anything so far? We've only been here for 2 days. And
Jesus, this is the start.
This is probably
Dude, oh,
sounds
shit.
like 5 days in to new life.
These guys are
we've
dying.
moved out to.
Do we
Vegas.
want to talk about last night's thing, or we want to say
Yeah,
that
let's talk.
first?
So,
So
part of
we
the
have
reason-
Overwatch champions in this fucking
All
room.
Fucking, there's a setup and a fucking drop.
Okay, fuck it,
You're
I'm
starting
out.
at the drop. Like, all right, fucking dead mouse. Here we go. Let Skrillex teach you how to do it.
All right, DJ Aoki.
I don't know any of what I said. All right, so part of the reason we're here is the TMS, the morning stream, which Justin is also a part of. You can catch him every Tuesday, pumping his politics to old Scott Johnson, who.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, hold
That's
on.
your coworker right now. You're
Once
talking
again.
about. That's your boss.
Once again, I'm building the base. You're starting at the drop.
Sorry.
All right. So Justin does the politics podcast where they talk about that thing, and
I have to get this condom off the TV. It's fucking me up, dude.
going back to old content. Hashtag.
Also, it's a very big dick. Like it's hard. Like if there were a very big dick, like literally, like,
yeah. If on the shoulder,
over your shoulder at all times, like
if you had the vacuum,
I don't care who
cleaner-
you are. Like you could be giving if Lincoln had a very big dick, like right over his right shoulder during the Gettysburg Address. If you were reading it right now, you'd hear a visibly resets in parentheticals, and then he would keep going.
Oh, we're
And
pounding.
7 years ago.
Can someone get this dick away from me, please?
7 inches ago.
Oh, Lord. Bob Kelly,
Damn,
ladies and
content
gentlemen.
you can't
Here
hear
over.
from the crowd.
Actually, no. You guys got
You can hear that from
Hell yeah, audience, everyone clap.
All right,
Come on, it's
all
Jeb Bush. Please clap.
So part of the thing we're here for is we went to the Hyper Sports Esports
HyperX.
Arena at the Luxor. So that was put on by the folks over at TMS, Scott Johnson, Brian Ibbett, where they put together a little friendly tournament for their community to play Overwatch. And we sat and we did that. I helped them with the production, got to talk to the production crew there. One of the scary, as you know, which is why you helped me set up for this and told them like, hey, Kaz knows about esports.
So I kicked that ball down court because I was like, Kaz loves this stuff so much. He is so perfect for this. I kicked it down court. But no, hold on. I do want to say.
Let me have this.
Hold on. Okay, go.
Kick that ball down the court.
That's the thing, right? People say that. Is it can?
Kick that ball down the court. I mean, I guess if you were playing kickball in a court, like if you were in a stately manse or some kind of royal grounds, then you would be kicking that ball down the court.
Where you play a baseball game.
Where do you play a baseball game, Curly?
On the same field that you do the football. Like,
he's not.
Stadium.
He's not incorrect.
Also plays on a football field that you think is the only team he's ever seen play football.
Oh, probably San Diego, right?
Yeah.
I have not ever been to a football
game. The Padres
game.
and the now LA Chargers.
I have seen a Padres
Jack Murphy
game.
Stadium represent.
That's gone.
I know.
Yeah, we got Petco.
No, I went there when I was living in San Diego, when I was living in Ranchos Penasquitos.
We've got a Qualcomm Stadium that's never had anything in it for a good couple years now. What was I saying? Shit. Oh, no. Well, here's my thing, Cass. Fucking
We've been drinking, for the record.
Yeah, no.
Let's go ahead and recognize that there were some bottomless mimosas.
Bottomless mimosas.
We, one of us, Panda, went into the black. We know for sure.
So we spent $20-ish dollars on bottomless mimosas, and we're in Vegas.
Exciting.
So it's always about the up and down. So you got to get into the black, right?
Yeah.
So it's $20. The average price is $6 for a mimosa at this place.
I met Panda on the street on the way back, and that guy pulled out a chalkboard and started doing fucking long division and math to make sure that he got his money's worth of those mimosas. And you're like, I need 2 and I need straws. Let's go, please. Like,
no, fucking Panda pulled out one of them green visors, and he had one of those fucking like big register calculators, and he's like,
to see him on an abacus with a desk.
He's like, wait a minute, when you factor in the dividend, crank, like.
Honestly, like my favorite thing is like Panda's the only one in this whole group I think I would see with like a money belt at a casino and just being like, hey, this is how much I've got to spend on this baccarat table.
Curly, have you ever heard of family slots?
No, is this a website or?
Indeed, it does seem like the number 5 trending site on Pornhub.
Be careful when you type this URL in.
But no, family slots is the concept that got introduced to me by the great Mikey Newman, who the idea is everybody kicks in $5 or $10, so you have like $50 or $60, and then you all take turns hitting the button, so you have this gigantic cushion on slot machines that makes it way more conducive to winning because you're betting at the max thing, and then at the end either everybody loses their $5 or $10, which is like whatever, who gives a shit, right? Or you make a little bit of money and then everybody drinks for free for a couple rounds.
So who gets to touch the screen and yell monkey, 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 monkey?
Everybody, it goes in a circle.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure there's an order.
Each person hits the thing.
You walk up and put your coin up on the screen, and that's your turn is next.
Sure. Yeah. And then you say you roll up your cigarettes in your T-shirt, and you start snapping toward your enemy, and
or a switchblade comb.
Yeah. Me. I had
Well,
no
what I
more.
was saying,
Literally, that was an improv that begun and ended with hey.
So, Kaz, though, the one thing I wanted to say before you went into this is I genuinely got to see the whole event from my side. Yeah. And I kicked the can ball down the road
HyperX
street court
Esports Arena at the Luxor.
Yeah. But
I'm trying to get them to give me money.
What I'm excited about is honestly, and I don't know if you have any of this queued, but if you do, please. We haven't debriefed yet. I have no backstage knowledge of what your experience was like. Yeah. And you got to be all there with producer's booth and shit. I want to hear behind the scenes. Give me a good story.
I mean, it's literally everything I've seen. They have their caster's booth. You can see the stage and behind you, and it just always harkens back to seeing an NFL broadcast booth, and it's just, oh my god, but this is for video games.
We'll go. There was a point where I got drunk enough that I literally just was burst mode phone, like just like all across the whole studio. Like I'm gonna just at some point, whoever edits this, like we're just gonna throw a bunch of photos in and just showcase what's been going on.
Yeah.
And I'm sure at this point, again, day 2 only. Like
day 2 only.
I got here yesterday at noonish. I've only been 24 hours in Vegas, and I feel like I've earned my time here so far, and I'm here till Monday at this point. So it's gonna be a lot of time. Oh,
that's a lot of time in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Vegas is actually like low-key one of my favorite places to be on the planet. Like I know a lot of people shit on it because it is like a glitzy, fried piece of hell. But like, if you know where to go in Vegas, like there are few places more legit, except for the fact that it's hot as shit.
When it comes down to it, we're here though. We are in where you want to go to Vegas. I mean, I know I'm edging on that old man. Like I'm starting to lean into getting older, like with 30s and whatnot. Like I know what downtown Vegas is like, or all of the Strip and everything is like. The plaza and this whole Strip. This is my speed.
Number one, the Strip sucks ass no matter your age. Like, unless you are, there are 2 types of people that fuck around on the Strip. The guy that likes to fight at 1 o'clock in the morning and the girl that likes to say, Dave, stop, Dave.
Holy crap.
Dave. Those are the only 2 people that hang out on the Strip.
Jury,
there are 2 genders.
Wait, you met Karen?
That's it.
Jury, you met Karen?
Yes. No, that's it. That's like I have only once walked down the Strip like past 11 o'clock, and you just know if you've gone out drinking enough, you know that one night that things went south.
Yep.
That's the entire Strip.
Let me hit you.
Like from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning, it is exactly that night that everything went wrong. Yeah. There's one dude going like, sup, and Dave, sup, Dave. That's literally, and you walk that's a solid 45-minute walk from the Luxor to the goddamn Stratosphere. It's just sup, Dave. It's like fucking like birds, like mating. Like you should
seagulls.
Get credit. You should mark it down in your fucking ornithological book because you're hearing their
with your
mating
binoculars.
calls.
No, I'll hit you with an anecdote. Last TwitchCon, San Francisco, right? Last day in the hotel, it was a bonus time. We had too many people in the hotel. I slept in my car because I'm a fucking baller. I'll roll. I brought a bottle of alcohol.
Literally, it was like, oh, Curly's fucking here. Yeah, he's fucking, he's going to be Curly. And I'm like, well, does he have a hotel room? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, are you sure? Because you never know.
So
you never know with this guy.
Typically, hotel room for me means I'm sleeping in the bathtub in someone else's room, or I'm sleeping in my car. I'm a cheap man.
Which the last few things has been like, oh, I've booked my shit, and then like comes down to like last 20 minutes, we're about to get on the plane, and Curly's like, who am I rooming with? Like, I mean, I'll buy it right now. I don't want to impose.
That being said, let's just set the scene.
And then last year, his whole thing was, I mean, I just lost my job, but I could scrounge.
I guess I could, violins start playing. Like, I could scratch and claw. I mean, who needs to eat for April? I could have all the fun I would have with you, spending all my money in this room.
Why am I turning into like an old Santa character on a fucking 50s infomercial? Oh, kids, I've brought you toys.
Number one, act like if someone took a fucking picture, you're not a Santa prequel now.
I could do it. Yeah, I'm working on there. I'm like Tim Allen getting ready for his transitioning to Santa stages.
No, what you are the Santa's a fucking shit kid that like can't get his life together. Like all he wants to do is like, well, Tim, you should really learn how to run the toy factory.
Dad, I don't care about
fuck
your job.
You, old man, and you fucking skate a half pipe.
Dad, I've opened a distributor in fucking California where we make pasta noodles.
We're on fulfillment by Amazon.
I want to open a craft coffee place and kickflip over there.
Lord.
I love it. But yeah, what the fuck was I talking about? I lost it. You lost me at kickflip.
Esports arena at the Luxor.
Oh, shit. No, Dave and Karen, my story about fucking TwitchCon. Damn it. I swear to God, you were in my mind for this with this shit because I was in my car. Again, we don't need to worry about how I got there. Sleeping with a bottle of liquor and a whole bunch of beef jerky. I was very happy. But I'm sitting in my car. I'm chilling. I'm playing on my Nintendo Switch. I'm having a good old time. 2 a.m. in the parking lot of the hotel we're supposed to be at, reclined, chilling. And fucking Dave shows up to Karen's room. And Dave is banging on the door. Babe, I'm sorry. And it goes on till 3. I start to lean back further. Hotel staff is wandering around. Cops are showing up. He's sitting with his back to the door, crying his eyes out. I'm like, I just got all of like my 20-year-old PB like hanging out in San Diego, going clubbing, just all wrapped into one like visual. And I'm like, the moment for me to leave. Left half an hour ago because now I'm 2 feet from crying Dave and he hasn't seen me yet. And now I'm like, I just can't just get out of the car.
Man, you should have fucking Roma Downey'd his ass and just been like I'm here to guide you, son.
Let me teach you.
I'm an angel from your father, God, Jesus
drink
Christ
from
himself.
My vodka handle,
Yeah. Anyway, might I bless you with some Tito's? Oh, just kidding. Yeah. Charcoal vodka.
Yeah, sorry. We go more plastic, please. There's no plastic Tito's.
No matter what you do for that man, his first words to you are, bro, you know what this bitch did? And you're like, oh, my, look, son.
Sorry, Karen.
No, but bro.
She got drinks. She didn't even, she turned the other direction than me. So I fought a guy. Cops are mad. Ran here. Bro.
100%. This was his story. I'm going to predict it in the way that a psychic would and have 100% accuracy. All right. At some point, he would explain the details of his story, and he would say the following. You know, I mean, and I know I overreacted. I know I overreacted. I mean, she actually did it. But, that's for real. But I overreacted. That 100% was said. That is said in every argument or every explanation of somebody who's banging on somebody's door that late into the night is, I overreacted, but I had a justification for overreacting, but I overreacted. That's it. That is 100% lock it in, take it to the bank.
Absolutely. I want to take all of that you just did, personify it. That's how I feel about Skype. Skype is bro.
Skype.
I'm sorry about last night. I know.
Connectivity. I'm sorry.
It seems
sorry.
I'm sorry you're experiencing difficulties with your internet connection.
I mean, our user base totally overreacted. Totally overreacted to us changing all the settings. Totally overreacted. I mean, we did change all the settings and also fucked with all the fucking microphone sensitivity, and now none of the settings work, and now also all third-party support has been invalidated.
I'm sorry we auto-adjusted your audio.
They overreacted.
Babe, I was helping you. You needed to be louder. All right?
Oh my God, can we rewrite all of Skype's dialogue windows in just Dave Bro voice? Yeah. It's a mod for Skype. Yeah. Bro, looks like you're having trouble being heard. Bro.
No, I got it. No, I can do it myself. Let me fucking help you sometime.
Hey, I know you went into the registry and changed a bunch of files, but I fixed it for you, bro. Don't worry about it.
Can I tell you about the one unquestionably best thing about Skype?
Yeah. Okay, Karen.
Welcome to Skype's call testing service.
Skype call testing lady!
I have erotic feelings for
I
that
talk
lady.
to her so saucy, and I match her accent back. I'm
yeah.
Oh, hello, Skype call testing lady. I'm Curly. Thank you for answering my phone call. I'll catch you later.
I feel like there are many friendships I have in life that are not as close as me and the Skype call testing
I
lady.
guarantee if it turns out Microsoft's been holding a repository of every message I've sent, there is some saucy and angry shit I've said to her.
Oh, no,
there is some shit I have confided in no one but Skype call testing lady. I have told secrets I haven't told parents or fucking like long-term relationships or priests. The Skype call testing lady is everyone's confessional at this point.
But it's an instant apology as soon as you're angry too. You're setting everything up. All right, yeah, I'm gonna use the Skype thing. Yeah, all right, huh? Yeah, okay. Why isn't this record? This fucking piece. It's not you, Skype. You know what? It's not you. It's something I plugged. What did I plug in? Like.
But also, here's the underrated part of the Skype call testing lady. When everything goes well, and she's like, "It seems as if your microphone has worked. Goodbye." It's the goodbye.
Yeah.
And I just feel it's like my own personal The Notebook every time.
I think
I'm just in the rain waving goodbye to Skype call testing lady until we meet again.
It's I need if someone could
Goodbye.
I need a Photoshop of like jury. There's that final scene in Notebook where they're like old and they're in bed and like one of them dies, the other one dies right after. Like Skype and jury, like, you've done your test correctly. We've made it. The long story has finally concluded. You bought the blue shutters. You took me on the lake with the ducks and shit. You know, like, it's good times.
All right. So what else?
I don't know. It's been an hour. We're fucking done. Let's call it a day. Fuck. We got drinking to do.
You want to do more drinking? Is that what we're doing?
I
now?
want to drink at this point. If
All
this
right.
is over, the stress of my life is done. I'm gonna check the fuck out.
So let's end this how we're supposed to, Justin.
What you got to pimp? You got like a minute. We owe it to you, you lovely shit. Thank you so much for everything you've done.
I'd like to plug the DKG podcast. It's a great podcast.
What's its name?
I'm glad that I'm dkgWELP, you piece of fucking shit, you gatekeeper asshole cunt.
This is what I have to deal with.
Damn, the theme worked.
I was trying to be in the cool kids club, and then I got fucking gate kept.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Bro.
I'm sorry.
Karen.
She overreacted.
He set up the joke.
All right.
I tried to knock it down. Okay, it was funny the way I did it, though.
But my
it
bros
was
showed
funny.
It was funny.
It was funny.
It was funny. It's funny. But I shouldn't have said it. All right.
I'm sorry I left you in an Uber.
So yeah, no, I mean, just I'll tell you what. If you are a fan of this show, continually follow King Kaz and Curly, and pester them to be on all the shows that they are fucking like personal friends with, and it's embarrassing and fucked up that they haven't tried to expand their audience by coming onto the shows, because we have some randos on those fucking shows.
Like, we could have filled those episodes.
Like, I mean, like, I know we're gonna get a good episode out of you guys.
I
so.
officially definitely texted Bryce during the setup for this show. So at some point, Bryce, if you're watching this, we're going to be on the Night Attack show.
I don't want to end this with a story, but I'm going to end this with a story. There was like a long time ago, there was an episode of like Night Attack that I watched. They did it. It was great. The guest left. And they had this like real life moment where Justin and Brian looked at each other and went, "Who the fuck was that? What did we just do? What did we just did they talk? I know we talked, but did they talk?" And I was like, "Man, that's hard." And then we like, "Hey, let's bring guests onto the show." Yeah. We fucking got some early Twitch kids who just went.
There are a lot of moments where Kaz and I, we had there's so much unspoken. This is why this is working. I've done fucking shows with shit with so many other people just trying out, feeling shit. But Kaz and I clicked very quickly and very early because the fucking like eyes and shit. We know we're like, well, we're gonna have to fill this whole episode with our bullshit. So let's just fucking start talking about stories, like, because they're not gonna bring anything right now.
But then that episode ended. We're still alive. That person leaves and we were like, the fuck did we do? And I was like, you know what's funny? Brian and Justin just did this the other day. We're kind of stealing their bit. And you're like, no, it's not a bit. That person was terrible.
I have update.
Actually, here you want to before we'll go out on that. We'll go out on the big build on what you have on your phone. But if you want to know the real sauce on whether or not I feel like the guest sucks, here's what will happen.
Oh shit!
This is 100% out of 100%. I'll start building up a thing that I know they only need one word to answer. Like that's the one thing, is that immediately when I know that they're not talking and they're not going to be fun in terms of like going like, you know, like 3-man weave, like I say a thing, you say a thing, Brian says a thing, right? I'll just start saying like, all right, I'll build up a conflict between me and Brian 9 times out of 10. and I'll say like, well, Brian believes that, pumpkin should only be eaten in October, and I think that pumpkins should always be eaten. I don't know. We might kill each other. The show might end. We need to find out who says what. Oh, I guess we have one guest, quiet, shy person who said 7 words. Say one of 2.
Oh, throw it to QSP.
Yeah. Whereas like that for me and Curly has become the like, hey, where are you from?
Yeah.
Or Denver. And then I go, you ever heard the term throwing hands?
Yeah.
And Curly's like, no one's ever said this in history. It's unreasonable. Who says that to start a fight? And I go, well.
And then you give it to the last person.
And they're like, huh? Yeah.
This is jury needs to do like a master class on how to do multiple person podcasting, because you got all the.
I mean, it's literally been my goddamn job for like 10 years, so hopefully I'm decent.
You've grown into. I always said this while we were walking over. You have grown into your manliness. You are an amazing looking dude. Now I've watched your awkward shit.
What he's doing? 2019. Gay like
T-Sway! I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
I just queued the outro music. I'm done.
All right, hey, Curly, what's on your phone?
Bryce has responded about the Night Attack. I said, yo, I'm hanging with Jury. He says, book me on that Night Attack show I think you do. Let's do it, boys. And he said, yeah, bitch, let's do it.
Oh, coming soon. I want both of y'all, by the way. I don't want just Curly. I know.
Actually, you just take Kaz. I understand it's happened.
I will literally spin kick your fucking jowl.
No. Partners for life, my dude. We're fucking doing this. Let's ride to the top.
I am ready for this. This is our Infinity War.
My man
to
was
our
on.
Endgame.
You were on fucking a stage at an esports arena in the Luxor last night, running a game of Overwatch.
Esports arena at the Luxor.
Yeah, that's your fucking. That's it. You did it.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It is.
I love you all. That
you.
track wasn't long enough for this outro.
but that's been the end of the show. Follow us on Patreon. You can join the live stream each and every day pretty much over at twitch.tv/drunkkidsgaming. You can also catch Jury. And then iTunes, Stitcher, follow us on Twitter. And that is that.
I love every one of you. We'll see you tomorrow. I always say that because tomorrow is Monday normally, and now I realize it's not tomorrow. I love y'all.